fairways hit. If you are looking for that last minute Father's Day gift, which is I think only a couple of weeks away, check out fairwayshit.com. You can pick up hats, you can pick up towels, you can pick up ball markers. If you know somebody who is a golfer, once they see this logo, they will not be able to unsee it. So, I sent out a poll earlier this week and I said, what would be helpful if make the biggest impact if we were to help you simplify it? And the three options were problem solving, decision making, execution, so achieving results, and go to market. And as it stands right now, execution is in the lead. So I'm going to kick off with execution. How do we simplify our approach to achieving results? Well, the first thing we want to understand is, what is our objective? Like, what is the specific thing we are trying to accomplish? What is the specific thing that we are trying to accomplish? What's our objective? Here's another word for it, goal. What do we want to get done? What's the thing we want to achieve? The most common mistake, I think, with any of this is lack of clarity around what the objective is. So if you feel very comfortable with clarity around the objective and you're still struggling with simplifying your approach or achieving the results that you want, then let's continue. But if you are not nailing the clarity on the objective, you've got to take a break. You've got to take a breath. You've got to slow down and you've got to kind of work through it and say, hey, what am I really trying to do? One of the questions I like to ask is, what's the specific problem that we're trying to solve? There are a number of people out there who get frustrated with that. They say, well, I'm not trying to solve a problem. Okay. I disagree with you. I think you are trying to solve a problem. You may not want to call it a problem. You may call it a challenge. You're trying to do something different. You're trying to accomplish something that you've not yet been able to accomplish. You're trying to get better at something. So identify the specific problem you're looking to solve. What is your objective? Okay. We understand our objective. Well, the next thing we've got to figure out is, how are we going to get there? What are the roads that we might be able to take to get to the objective? This is strategy simplified. What are the specific roads that we can take, different paths that are going to help us get there? I like to think of this in the context of how we will cluster the specific actions that we're going to do. So goals and actions. And moving ahead, this is the game plan. This is how we simplify execution, simplify achieving results. Objective, goal, strategy, how. Figure out your three roads. No more than three. If you try to do more than three, you're going to get yourself confused and you're going to get lost in things. And you're going to end up doing a lot of half measures and not working through the full specific measures. Okay, so once we've identified our goal and we've identified our strategy, how, then we can get into specific tactics. And those tactics should align directly with our strategy. So let's come up with a three-pronged approach to our tactics. Tactics. This is what. So we have what, goal, we have how, strategy, and then we have what, tactics. That's how we work through this. And I'm going to shrink this down here again. Strategy, how, tactics, what. Okay. Working in 3x3s. We're just organizing and clustering 3x3, keeping things really focused. Why is this important? Because then we can align in each of these areas. We can figure out and make sure that our tactics are aligned with strategy number one. Our tactics are aligned with strategy number two. Our tactics are aligned with strategy number three. This starts to compartmentalize things. Strategy, then tactics. Why is compartmentalizing important? You might find yourself doing a lot of work, those tactics, over and over again, and not getting any closer to achieving your objective. If you're doing the work, you can measure this by metrics. If you're doing the work and you're not getting closer to achieving your goal, it might be time to fire that work. That work is not serving you in the way, shape, or form that it was intended to do, that it was designed to do. So we have our objectives, our goal, our actions, our strategy, our tactics measured by metrics. And this is the game plan that helps you simplify your approach to execution. It's one thing to plan all this stuff out. It's another thing to go out there and actually start doing the work. So the next step in this simplification process is to build out your 30, 60, 90. What is it that you're going to do in the short term, medium term, long term? What do you need to do in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 30, 60, 90, 3 days, 6 days, 9 days, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 9 seconds? The way that this helps simplify execution is it helps you start gaining momentum, start actually doing work and determining progress. And then you have checks in place to determine, based on doing the work, reflecting on that work, did the work actually work? Is it getting me closer to my objective? Break things down into simple areas. Goal, alignment on goal. Strategy, alignment on strategy. Tactics, alignment on tactics. You will make mistakes in the tactics you choose. You will make mistakes in the strategy that you choose. The mistakes will not necessarily be because that work doesn't work. It's that that work doesn't work for you, or doesn't work for your team, or doesn't work for in the operating environment that you're in, or doesn't work in the timelines that you're working through. You won't know whether or not you're making those mistakes until you actually go out, do the work your 30, 60, 90, and then come back in and start to reflect and assess how you've made progress against it. Stop overcomplicating your approach to goal setting and execution. Simplify it through the game plan. And if you're interested in help here, this is the kind of stuff that I do with clients, both at an individual level, a team level, and teams of teams or organization level. Love to work with you. The best way to do that is to go to findmycatalyst.com. You can book a clarity call, or you can join the Phoenix Club if you want to join a community of people who are focused on helping preneurs, those people who want to think differently so that they can do differently, identify next logical steps so that you can take them and get to what's next.